Hello, everyone. Hello, guys. How are you on today? Guess what time it is? It is story time with Miss Doris. I'm so excited. I have an awesome story for us on today. But before we get started with our today's story time, I would like to greet everyone all over the world. I would like to say hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some, good night. Someone is going to bed somewhere in the world, but guess what? You are just in time for story time with Miss Doris. Shout outs to all of you out there that are celebrating a birthday on today. Happy birthday to you and all of our students. I have a couple of cousins that made the honor roll. Congratulations to you. Keep up the good work. I'd like to also give a special shout out to Greater Love Home Care out in Mississippi. Hello, how are you on today? I hope you're having an awesome day. That shout outs to Greater Love Home Care in Gulfport, Mississippi. Hello to all of you out there. I hope you're having an awesome and amazing day. Shout outs to you, narrator Naida Perez. I hope you're having an awesome day also. Hello to UTM. Hello, Harmony Tanelia. Hello, Millie. How are you, Millie? I hope you're having an awesome day. Hello, Lakeisha. I hope you're having an awesome day as well. Well, today's story we're going to be reading is Black Beauty. Black Beauty is the story we are going to be reading on today. I know you guys hear that story time song in the background, but we're not going to do the story time song. We're just going to go ahead on and get started with our story, Black Beauty. Go ahead on, guys, have a seat, enjoy your lunch or your snack as Miss Doris reads you a live story on today. A long time ago, a handsome coat was born on a quiet farm. His coat was beautiful, shiny black, except for one white foot and a white star on his forehead. He enjoyed running through the meadows, but he was also very calm and well behaved. Years passed, and the coat grew into a proud stallion. It was time for him to begin to work. One day, a kind man named Squirrel Gordon came to the farm. He took one look at the black horse and decided to buy the horse and take him back home to his estate. Before he left the farm, the horse was taught how to wear a saddle and how to carry a rider. It was then time for his very first pair of horseshoes. He was proud and excited. The horse was ready to leave the farm. He said goodbye to the meadows he had run in and to the people who taken care of him. He finally to his mother. His mother told him to be gentle and good and give him a farewell nozzle. There he goes, him and his mom. Don't worry, you're going to be okay. You'll see. The horse's new home was a beautiful manor where he was taken care of by John. The welcoming stable master, John took the horse to meet Squirrel Gordon and his wife. Miss Gordon admired the horse's lovely coat and decided to name him Black Beauty. Black Beauty then met Merry Legs and Ginger, the other horses who lived at the manor. Squirrel Gordon was a kind master, and the horses were very proud to work for him. Over time, Black Beauty became good friends with Ginger and Merrylegs. A few years later, John woke the Black Beauty in the middle of the night. Miss Gordon was very sick. Black Beauty was Squirrel Gordon's fastest horse, so he needed John to ride Black Beauty and get the doctor. Worried for the mistress, Black Beauty galloped by the light of the moon as fast as he could. He had never galloped so long and so hard in his life. When they arrived at the doctor's, John told the doctor all about Miss Gordon's condition. It was quite serious, and the doctor said he needed to see Miss Gordon right away. The doctor took Black Beauty, and once again, Black Beauty galloped as fast as he could. Black Beauty was proud to have helped his mistress, but the next day he was exhausted. Squire Gordon thanked Black Beauty for working so hard, and Black Beauty rested for a whole week. Tom, a stable boy who was very fond of Black Beauty, took very good care of him. Sadly, Miss Gordon was still sick, and so Squire Gordon decided to move somewhere warmer. Black Beauty pulled their carriage to the train station and was very sad to watch them leave. Black Beauty and Ginger were sold to an old woman who was not nearly as nice as the Gordons. She did not trust her horses, and so she made sure their reins were as short as possible. It was harder to pull the carriage with shorter reins, but Black Beauty proudly did his best. Unfortunately, one day while pulling the carriage, Ginger stumbled, and because their reins were so short, she snapped one. The old woman was furious and decided to sell Ginger and Black Beauty once more. Black Beauty found himself at a horse sale. Men came by and examined each horse. Black Beauty stood tall, looking as strong as ever. Soon a businessman came by. He had some goods he needed moved, and no horse could do it. Black Beauty was proud of his strength, and he worked so hard hauling the businessman's goods. But it was only one short job, and soon Black Beauty was to be sold again. At the next horse sale, Black Beauty caught the eye of a kind man named Jerry. Jerry drove a cab in the bustling city of London and was in need of a strong and sturdy horse to pull it. Over time, Black Beauty became one of the city's cab horses. He knew all the city's streets by heart, and his shiny black coat was admired by everyone he passed. Whenever he arrived to pick up passengers, people would admire his lovely coat and be proud to ride in Jerry's cab. Jerry treated Black Beauty with love and kindness, and his family adored Black Beauty. Jerry always made sure to rest between long journeys and never worked Black Beauty too hard. Jerry's children helped take care of Black Beauty too, feeding him sweet apples and brushing his coat. As a cab horse, Black Beauty often took lords and ladies to their magnificent homes. He loved to stand outside and admire them. One day, as he waited outside, he saw Ginger. She looked tired after working hard for years. Black Beauty wished her well and was all the more glad for Jerry's kindness. One day, Black Beauty and Jerry were asked to pick up a very inconsiderate gentleman. The gentleman told Jerry he was about to leave many times, but never left. So Jerry waited in the snow for hours. The next day, Jerry was very, very sick. Because of his poor health, Jerry could no longer work the job as a cab driver. He was very sad to say goodbye to Black Beauty. Black Beauty's next owners worked very, very hard. His owner loaded more than it could fit in the cart. And whoop Black Beauty if he stumbled and made anything fall out. Eventually, even strong and proud Black Beauty could not work so hard, and he was again put up for sale. Standing at the hard sale, Black Beauty saw a familiar face. It was Tom, the young stable boy who had worked for Square Garden many, many years ago. He was all grown up now with a family and a farm of his very, very own. Remembering what a good horse Black Beauty had been, Tom took Black Beauty back to his farm. After years of hard work, Black Beauty was free to spend the rest of his days frolicking through the meadows, just as he had as a young colt. The end. That was an awesome story we read on today. Black Beauty. I enjoyed reading you that story. Remember, guys, if you're not feeling well, always let someone know that you're not feeling well, and they will take really, really, really good care of you. And remember, make sure you know that we are still practicing safety first. So when you're out and about, make sure you're still sanitizing your hands at all times, because germs are everywhere. And when you approach those establishments that says you must wear not your seatbelt, but wear your seatbelts anyway when you're in the car, but you must wear your mask. Always wear your mask. Don't take your mask off unless someone tells you to. I enjoyed reading you an awesome story on today. Remember, share story time videos with your family and friends. Also, our YouTube channel. We're trying to get our views up, our followers up on our YouTube channel. So be sure to share. I appreciate all of you guys. Love you all from Miss Storytime with Miss Doris. Don't forget, if you're not smiling on today, I hope once you see some Storytime smile that you are smiling. Take care. Have an awesome day. You are loved.